Welcome back, everyone. Today I am super excited to tell you all I'm going to be starting the off-grid cabin build, and it's going to happen exactly where I'm standing. You can see this is all built up. I've got a lot of wood to cut and a lot of property to clear, but this is a super level spot for a cabin that I'm going to build off-site and then bring in. So this is going to be the initial kickoff, January 6th, 2025. For the 2025 deer hunting season here in Michigan. First day's progress, we've got quite a bit done today. This entire spot is opened up. You guys just saw how bad it was, and I think this is going to be the perfect spot to set that cabin overlooking the pond back there. First bit of lumber that was delivered today for the 8x12 off-grid cabin here at the grid cabin site. We're going to get ready to build it. Kicking off the project today, January 17th, 2025. Got the shipping pallet that we're going to be building it on. This is going to be the 8x12 footprint on this thing. First night we got the material down here, and I'll be staying in my cargo trailer tonight and then getting started on this first thing in the morning. It's crazy to think that all of this is going to be a cabin right there. Put a 45 on each end of the runners, just so it'll be easier to move if we do have to drag it out of here for any reason. Forgive me, I'm going to try to talk over the generator running kind of off in the distance, but I'm going to start a fire here. This is the wood that I have for the off-grid cabin build, and one of the purposes of camping down here in the big trailer. I'm going to get a fire going. Usually a strong advocate for not using gasoline to start anything, but it's so cold my torch wouldn't even light, and I don't have any tinder or anything like that. But I do have dry, very dead pine that I'm using, so it didn't take much. Kind of came a little late in the day, but getting everything kind of ready. Last weekend was really windy, really nasty, like a 30 degrees and freezing rain. I'm hoping that this weekend will be a little bit nicer for building. Got the OSB sheeting for the roof, the T111 siding for the sides, 12-foot 2x4s for the roof and the 2 outside walls, and then my 3/4 dry guard subfloor here, 8-foot 2x4s for the wall studs and framing. For now, I need to get set up. Get my bed set up inside. See how warm it is. Oh, it feels good. Crazy to think that this big shipping pallet is going to be my little off-grid cabin. In not too much time, probably. It's nice and calm this morning. I do want to make a fire again. Last night I had a fire going just for a little bit of supplemental heat, and it's kind of neat just to be out here with a fire, even if it's just a stick fire. First thing I need to do is screw down or bolt down the runners, these 4x6 runners that are underneath the big shipping pallet that I'm using as the base for my cabin. Once I get those on, I'll be able to scoot the cabin around or move it, or potentially someday even buying my own piece of property to put this on. I'll be able to utilize this cabin while I build a larger cabin for that property. So I wanted to make this thing mobile, and this way it's I'll be able to move it, and then since it's built on a really big shipping pallet, I'll be able to get up underneath it with the farm big skid steer and put it on a flatbed and ship it out as if I was going to be using it at a different site. Once we get the runners put on, I want to put some of this Reflectix bubble wrap type stuff down just to create both a moisture barrier and just a little bit of barrier from the cold. This is not a cabin that I'm going to be using in any kind of Arctic temperatures. The worst that we'll see is going to be like the 0 degrees Fahrenheit, to maybe -10 Fahrenheit. And I don't plan on insulating the floor in a traditional way. I was trying to keep this build pretty simple, and we'll see what that entails when the time comes, but we will be heating with a wood stove, so we won't have to worry too much. Once the wood stove's in, and we'll be able to play a little bit inside for interior decorating, I plan on building a hearth out of field stone from the surrounding field in the area. This family owns about 200 acres in this area of farm ground that's riddled with field stone, and I think it'd be neat to keep a local material and incorporate it into the build. You know, one thing's for sure, it's hard to keep the stuff from freezing. All my water froze solid in the trailer the night before I came out to camp. Thought I had more water than that. That's why I brought it back up. Usually take these jugs home and just refill them. I have well water at home, so I think it's better than any water that I can get anywhere else. And I wouldn't mind getting the coffee taste out of my mouth. So a little bit of fruit punch Mio. Should do the trick. Yeah. Now this next part I'm definitely going to take my time on. Like I said, I'm no carpenter, so I'm going to be building this wall based off of the way I think it should be built. I have a 36 by 48 picture window to go right in the center to face towards the woods, and two 24 by 36 inch single hung insulated windows to go on either side of that nice picture window. I want to be able to look out the window from my bed and just look through the woods, maybe even watch deer pass through. So I'm definitely going to be taking my time framing out this wall. I'm going to start on the hardest wall. wells.
Keep my oranges on my porch.
Oranges on the porch.
Oh, wow. Wow. Odie, where did you come from?
Staying, guys. It's pretty cold outside. There's a lot of trees.
It's hard to believe this is the end of day one. It's not something that we normally do. I've got my friend Andy and my two brothers Austin and Brandon came and helped. They hear what I'm doing and they were super excited to help. So we've got sheeting on the roof today. I mean, this started from a bare big shipping pallet, and we ended up going sideways with the T111, and I like that look. It kind of looks like traditional siding for a house rather than upright. That makes it look more like a shed to me. So I've got everything covered up. I'm starting to pack up. Everybody else had to leave for the day, but I want to show you guys what's we got a 36 by 48 picture window and two 24 by 36 inch windows on either side.